Hi everybody, welcome back to the second day of Reiki is a Science. Yesterday we went over some of the things, and as you can see I've already written out what a Reiki session does for you as far as you coming and receiving one. The one thing I want to go over again, that like people to understand that as a practitioner of Reiki, we do not diagnose or cure disease. We simply provide you with an energy that creates healing for you, for yourself. And I believe that when a person comes to me, their energy and my energy match, because you always seek out the person that you feel more comfortable with or that you're attracted to. I know that a lot of my clients are recommended to me by other people. So people come to me already talked about, so they kind of get a feel of who I am. And then when they meet me, then they take it from there. So what we do before we start our session with Reiki, we have the person fill out a consent form. And this concern form explains everything, and on there they put their date of birth and their address, just simple information, but also it explains what we do and do not do, so it makes it clear. Also, when you come in for your Reiki, the great part about Reiki is that you don't have to remove your clothing. It's not a massage. It is an energy form of session. So that in itself relaxes the person's I feel. And also we also ask if it's okay to touch, because some people don't want to be touched, but we can work either by placing our hands on the body or right above the body. Either way it works, and it works every time. Some of the things that people come to me are concerned with the most is stress. And stress, as we know, we're all stressed, and there's nothing we can do about that. That's our way of living. But at least we have this that provides some sort of relaxation for you as a person. So when I start my Reiki for a person, I let them know basically what I'm doing. I tell them that I'm going to be placing my hands on them, and if it's okay, and I haven't had anyone say no, they're fine with it. And then I tell them I'm going to play music. Is that okay? Because some people get distracted with music, believe it or not, and others love it. They just go right out. And so I explain to them where I'm going to be placing my hands, and I also put that down with the list of things that I put up, and you'll see how we do our hands on you. And we start with the head, and there's a reason why we start with the head when we're doing Reiki, and it's because the head has the ability to relax us. And so when someone places their hands on your head, you kind of start to relax. That's like on the shoulders or the head, any part of that body starts to relax the person. And I make sure that they're covered. There's different ways of working with Reiki as far as when you have the person laying down. Some people like to put a light blanket or a sheet over them. I work, believe it or not, with white handkerchiefs, and that's how I place the handkerchiefs on certain parts of the body. And people tell me they're fine with it. They feel like they're very warm. Very rare do I find someone who will say they're cold. And normally when they do get cold, it's because their circulation isn't running too well. So, you know, that can make you cold. So I always have my blankets available for those that need it. And then I start my Reiki on the head, and I place my hands over the eyes first so that they will go into that relaxation mode. And that's when people tell me they see things. Like when I place my hands over their eyes, they'll either start to see light, or like they'll go into their mind in places that possibly it's been there for a while and they haven't thought about it. But after about 5 minutes, they start to relax and they start to fall asleep. And so I commence going through the body. And like I had mentioned before, because I've been working so long with Reiki that I have become attuned to the body. So sort of like what you've heard of medical intuitives. And that's what I do. And when I'm on the body, I am just taken to where I'm supposed to be, where I'm supposed to place my hand, where I'm supposed to deliver that energy for that person. Also, I have what is called touch memory. So sometimes I can place my hand on a person's head and I can see things as far as, memory banks for them. And later on they'll verify that, and then I'll know, okay, so that's what I was looking at. So I call that touch memory. And so when I'm done with the session, I normally will let them know, and then I'll give them a minute or so to bring themselves back again, because you've been laying there, you've been sleeping, and you kind of like have to bring yourself back and be grounded. And then we'll talk about the session. We'll talk about what they felt. People tell me many different things about what they felt while they were receiving the energy, which is quite interesting. I've been journaling a lot of this because it's different for everybody. I never know how a session's going to be, how the person's going to react. I've had people that start laughing. I have people that start crying. I have people that tell me they got angry. It's all sorts of levels of emotions that I have seen through the years when I do Reiki. And as you know, Reiki is a form that touches everything as far as our body. It's physical, it's emotional, and it's spiritual. So it's a well-balanced session for a person. So if they're having a physical issue, which means are they having pain anywhere? Are they, that's the physical part, if they're experiencing pain. The emotion part is where they're struggling with their emotions. Are they sad? Are they grieving? Are they angry? Just that kind of stuff they're dealing with. And then the spiritual part. Nowadays, a lot of people are struggling to connect with the spiritual being, because traditionally, if you're brought up in a traditional religious background, that is what you know. But as we all understand, a lot of people are waking up and they're realizing that there's more to them than just the religion that they have known throughout their lifetime. And so they seek out more spiritual things for themselves. And I know, because I've done it for myself. And that spiritual part is really the soul talking to you, your soul, your anima talking to you, and then trying to figure out what is best for you. Okay, so this is it. This is the key. Figuring out what is best for you, where you're happy the most, because when we're happy, everything seems to be going good, straight. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about as far as the Reiki facility? That's about it. I'm really happy that now we're, like I had mentioned last night, that a lot of the hospitals are acknowledging this, because people think that Reiki's only for relaxation. But when you have a person who is about to finish their life here on earth, Reiki actually gives them the ability to relax and move on. There's a lot of people, when they're at the very end of their lifetime here, have a struggle with that they're scared, or whatever it is that's going through their mind. So Reiki has an ability to relax them and soothe them, and so they feel more at peace with themselves. So this is another thing that we do with Reiki. We can go to hospice and help the clients there, the patients there in hospice, to relax them more. Also, Reiki, we work with children. It's great for children, especially if they had a very exciting day and they cannot sleep. So simply by giving them a little bit of Reiki, they relax and they go to sleep. Also, Reiki is used on animals. I know a lot of people that work on horses and administer Reiki to them, dogs, cats. It's a wonderful tool. We have 2 cats at home, and both of our cats love it when I start with the energy, and I've kind of attuned them to Reiki, so I call them my Reiki cats because they really love it. And it's funny, one time I had a client that came to my home for a session, and I forgot that the kitties were out. So they jumped up on the table beside me and they put their paw on the person, and I'm like, oh no, this person's gonna freak out. And I told my client, I said, they just like to help me with Reiki. They like to come in and, you know, say, oh, you missed this spot or whatever. But yeah, so animals are very intuitive. I love them. I feel that they're just pure. That's pure love there. When you look at an animal, they really, really love you. To them, you can do no wrong. So pretty good if you have a dog or a cat, even a fish. But yeah, so Reiki works all around. Also with pregnant women, it helps them relax, especially when they go into labor. That's one of the times that they need to relax. Now, I will not administer Reiki to a woman who is about to, like a week or so before they're about to deliver, because it's known, it's never happened to me because I won't go there, that it'll make them go into labor sooner than they're supposed to, so we don't want that. But you can give a pregnant woman Reiki up until, I would say, the 7th month. Between the 7th and 9th month, it's safe. Up until that point is safe, and then after that I would just back away and wait till after they have the baby, and then you give them Reiki again after the delivery. And what I like to do is I like to have the mom hold the baby while I give her the Reiki, and so the baby gets it too. So it's a kind of a cool thing. And then I've had people ask me a lot about, well, when you're working with this sort of energy, doesn't it deplete you? And here's the thing, it doesn't. Because when I bring that in, it's gonna run through me to get to you. So I'm getting the benefit as well. In fact, when I'm done working for the day, I have a lot of energy, and it takes me a couple hours to kind of relax myself and come down from all the energy that I've been working with. So it's very safe, and I do know not to take on somebody's energy if they're having too much blockage, or they're stuck, or they feel sick. We do know how to work with that as practitioners. So we work in the safe zone with you all the time, in the safe zone. There's a lot of things I got to think of. I've written some notes down here to make sure I didn't forget what I wanted to say. Oh, I think I've covered it all. Yes, you know, I already told you that Reiki is a complete healing system because it does cover all parts of the body. And, you know, it helps with pain. It helps with stress, if you're having stress with a family member or a relationship. It helps you kind of figure that out, help you move on. What else does it do? That's it. That's all the things that it does. if you have any questions for me, I really would love for you to write it down in the comments, and I can get back to you and answer those questions for you, so that I know that I've covered most of it. So yes, so people say, so what's the science? Because I did write it as science. Well, the science of Reiki is the theory that matter, the form of matter, that it's all energy. So this is where Reiki steps in. It's all energy. That's why it's scientific and it's not religion. You don't need to involve the religion with Reiki. You just need to relax and let it happen. So what happened is that because Reiki's energy is considered dense, so that is a spiritual energy that comes in spiritually. So this is where we work with it, and the attunements are the ones that help us do that, because by being attuned, like I mentioned yesterday, we are it's like a door that's open, and we become that conduit for the energy, and this is where it flows. And I've been out, say at a bank, and all of a sudden my hands get really hot, and I'm looking around and I'm thinking, okay, somebody here is in need of some energy. So what do I do? So what I do is, when I'm done at the bank, I'll just go outside and touch a tree and give it to the tree, give it back to the earth. But this is it. Once you've been attuned to Reiki, it never leaves you. It doesn't harm you. It doesn't harm anybody. It only works for the good of all, and to make you happy and to relax you. So tomorrow we'll go over everything. Hopefully I'll have my tape up for to show you the demonstration of the table and how I do it. Right now my better half, Alan, has to work, so he's the one who's going to be my subject tonight, so I have to wait till he gets home so I can get this done. But anyways, I will see you later, and we'll talk some more. Okay, bye.